How's it going, guys? Bringer Platoon here, and welcome back to another great set of games in a World of Tanks, Xbox One Edition, post-update 6.0. Today I have 4 games for you in the M10 Wolverine, the Tier 5 American Tank Destroyer. How I play this thing is as follows. I put on the Tier 6 76mm gun, the M1A2 gun that has 128 standard pen for its AP rounds, and 177 premium APCR pen, both doing around 115 damage per shot on average. And I take no high explosives on this vehicle just because the penetration is only 38mm and your alpha only goes up to 185. So yeah, not really worth it in my opinion, but maybe you could pen some arties with that. But yeah, very situational. In my opinion, not overall worth it. Just to bring any. It's got a crazy, at least on tanks.jg, 2250 base DPM without Brothers in Arms or gun rammer on, all that other nonsense. And with all of that on, it'll probably be around close to 3000 DPM, or at least a lot closer than 2250 DPM. But moving on. Aim time for the gun is 1.7 seconds. That is phenomenal for the tier. Dispersion at 100 meters is 0.38. This can be also improved by not a vertical stabilizer, but Brothers in Arms, premium food consumables on the vehicle, as well as steady aim as a perk for your crew, and Brothers in Arms, otherwise known as Born Leader now in 6.0. You get 470 health. Actually, that's a lie. You get 360 health for console, the same health you get for a T67. This thing is incredible, but compared to the T67, it is not that much more impressive. It's actually less impressive. Why? Because the top speed is kind of lackluster compared to it. Only 48 kilometers an hour forward and 12 kilometers an hour backward. Meanwhile, the T67 has a higher camo value, I believe, and it can fly at speeds of 55 or 61 kilometers an hour. I think that's right. But, however, one thing it does have over the T67 is view range. 370 meters of view range. Gun depression is 10 degrees. Gun elevation is 30 degrees. And traverse is fine. Nothing really noticeable there. Gun traverse. Oh yeah, turret traverse is only, I'm just going to round up slightly, 17 degrees a second. You'll see in the gameplay that it has very slow turret traverse, just like the T67. It's practically a clone of how slow the T67's turret traverses, so if you played that before and you're going to this tank, you'll be very familiar with it. If not, well, prepare to be disappointed. But this thing plays a lot like it. If you're spotted, you need to run away immediately, get behind cover, and just relocate. It does its best when it... I don't know what the fuck these idiot tanks are doing to the left of me, but they need to get the fuck out of my way. But yeah, it does its best when it's unspotted, and if you're spotting for your team, which you can do in this tank, especially when you put coated optics on and your view range goes from 370 to like 430 or something like that, 420. Pretty crazy for a tier 5 tank, I've got to say. Very great. But yeah, if you're in a tier 7 game, spot for your team. You'll rack up spotting damage. Don't fire if you're afraid of getting spotted, which pretty much, if you're out in the open, targets that are closer than, I would say, 325 meters will probably spot you, or 350 meters if you want to be super safe. So just don't fire at them unless they're behind a bush and you know for a fact that they're 15 meters or farther behind a bush you're shooting them through. Otherwise, you're going to get detected, and this tank's HP does not hold up very well. The only way you can actually ricochet shells is if they have if you have an auto bounce angle on your upper plate, because the sides of this vehicle are only 19.1 millimeters thick, and if they shoot like your tracks, they'll probably ricochet off if you're angling well, but anywhere else is just an instant pen, because even your upper plate is only 38.1 millimeters thick. Hell, they could shoot into your mantlet and pen with only 75 millimeters. Reliably. Well, not reliably. They'd need like 100 and around the same amount of pen for your AP rounds to pen you reliably. It's not the best. Not the best at all. But At least it's got a turret. And at least it's got great concealment. So, that's really what makes this vehicle unique, in my opinion, is because you can shit on people and full HP them without them even knowing where you are. And if you think you need more view range, spotting for your team when you're in a, well, any tier lobby, then just hit your consumables while you're in a bush, and I guess you gain 15% more for everything for 30 seconds, not just 5%, even though that's what it says. I don't know. I heard that. I read that on a forum somewhere. I don't know if it's actually true, but it seems like it's a lot more than 5% view range when it increased. If you're looking at the map, be sure to take notice of what your view range is before and after you put on your consumables, because it seems to like fucking shoot right up. Doesn't affect your camo at all for some reason. I would think that would help the crew skills with camo a little bit, but yeah, the view range is bonkers on this thing, regardless. But with the consumables on for 30 seconds, oh, it's crazy. Like, I'm spotting things through bushes. It's insanity. Like, I know the S-35 CA, or whatever the fuck that tank is, yeah, I was right, has great camouflage. And for me to be able to spot him through those bushes when I'm out in the open, or was I out in the open? I can't remember. But, yeah, 4 games of this tank just shitting on everything that I see. And yeah, I'm a one-hit right now. It's not the best situation, I'll admit. But at this point, if I were to die, I would still have, let's see, 2200 plus 650. That'd be 2850 combined in a tier 5 tank. And what do you need to 3-mark this vehicle? Just under 1,000 damage. It's like 980 damage on average per battle to 3-mark this vehicle. It's crazy. It's super easy to do. And if anyone wants to 3-mark tanks, then just do this line. Do the T-67 and the Wolverine and the Hellcat and the Hellcat 105, and just pretty much the entire line is good. Because as soon as you get to tier 7... Tier 7... What is tier 7? No. Tier 8 is when you actually start to get decent armor, but when you get tier 10s, when you're in that vehicle, good luck bouncing anything. It's just... at least you have decent front upper plate armor. That's all I'm going to say about that thing, that T-28 prototype. So in my opinion, I probably would have been better off just capping here, but being the greedy little bastard that I am, I'm like, you know what, that other tank is probably off to go cap our base, so I'm like, I just want this guy to follow me so we can go defend our base. But I was wrong, as it turns out, because the guy who is capping gets, YOLO'd by the other guy as soon as I leave, and then the enemy gets shit on because he was a one-hit as well. Very funny. Very funny. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but sure. Oh, sorry, it was actually 2,900 combined. Fantastic. I get an ace tanker, I got a devastator medal, and naturally I do the best on my team. So, where's battle number 2 going to take place? It's going to be one of my favorite maps for high concealment tanks, Cliff. Now, I know what you're thinking. This map isn't a very good map for being hidden, because there's a lot of places that you need to go to get up close and personal with the opposition. But see, the good part about that is you can go right to the point of where they will almost see you, hide in a bush, in like, well, I guess you can only do that in like F3 and E1. Or if you want to be an absolute huge camping bitch, then you can make your way up to A5 or 6. Adversely, you could also go, if you, again, you want to be a camping bitch, you want to go to J1 for the other spawn, or around J5 or 6, whatever that little cliff is, or wherever that little cliff is. But here's my go-to strategy every time I have a high concealment tank on this map. Or even if I don't, even if I have like a heavy with decent armor, I go right into these bushes and just hope for the best, with whether there's arty or not. Because the chances of them hitting me in this little corner are slim to none. Because if they position themselves all the way over in K, that little corner there, K5 area, then they can hit me no problem. But if they don't do that, the chances of them hitting you are very iffy for them. So feel free to do this every single game to get some free damage, see what's over here, and then I would say after 2 or 3 minutes, I think 2 minutes is plenty, of not spotting anything, floor your way past up that hill in front of us, and then start spotting towards the mid there, where the reds just got spotted. And you can get easy side shots into them from either side. Of course, Artie's going to dick on you, unless you're up against the wall of either side, but do with that what you will, to your own discretion. Right now, I'm just spotting people. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I was checking something on my phone. I think I was adjusting the lights in my house or something. But anyway, or trailer, sorry. I'll get out of here eventually, I can feel it. But moving on, KV1, out in the open. I want him dead, so I'm going to load premium. As soon as I start bouncing, I load premium, because fucking why not? I know I can pin him in his turret cheeks of his gun, or his turret. Nah, English is hard. And I could probably activate my consumables to increase my view range a little bit to spot anything else out in the open there, but I really feel safe doing this. Unfortunately, this shit happens. Wait for it. Wait for it, and yeah, cool. That was awesome. I get hit blind for almost all my HP. So that was epic. That was, so great. But I'm still alive. I've still got a gun in this battle, and it's going to be a crazy game. Yet again. What can I do to this guy? Oh, look, a leopard. Somehow my shot goes into oblivion there. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I'm going to put 2 free shots into him. Nope. Just 1 because my accuracy is ass when I need it not to be. And I'm going to put another free shell into him, killing him. And now I'm safe from being detected. So I'm going to go over here, where their arty and tank destroyers are, that fucking blind hit me for almost all my HP. And we're going to get some revenge spots on here. This is extremely risky, however, because if I shoot and get detected here, then I'm probably going to die. That Hetzer and the Swedish TD is looking towards my direction, and I notice that there's a medium tank now in the middle that I can probably hit if he's not completely behind the rock. So I'm going to take advantage of that confusion and go over here instead. And he's pretty much stopped there. He's waiting for free targets to shoot at. I'm assuming he's aiming at that heavy. And we're going to just dick on him. 1 hit at a time. Poor M3 Lee. And he's not spotting me because I'm firing at him. Or he's not spotting me because his hatch is behind... his viewport is behind the rock. So every time I fire, it's like I don't exist. Pretty great. And then I get very lucky with this guy. I don't know how he didn't kill me. I think he missed. Did not expect him to rush up here. That was not something I anticipated at all. But now their Artie's dead, which is good news. Now I can come over here without fear of getting, smacked by Artie while I'm in the wide open space. I'm waiting for somebody... I'm waiting for that other tank to rush over here, and then I see him rushing towards my ally. And I'm like, okay, I can help out here a little bit. And oh look, there's our leopard friend again. Still sniping on the hill. I'm going to activate my consumable to up my DPM a little bit. And, oh, I bounce when I need to finish him off naturally. And then he detects me, I panic a little bit, and then I get right up against the rocks again. Just to get safe and make myself feel better. That heavy just came from this direction, so I'm going to go ahead and go back in the bush spot to see if I can't spot those TDs again. And then, okay, there's their heavy. He could probably spot me if I'm not in the bush when I get up here, but luckily he's a KV1, so his view range sucks ass. And I'm just going to finish him off real quick. Do I finish him off? Pretty sure I do, and bam. There he goes. I don't get detected, and that means their TDs are either hiding all the way in K1, or they're just... they ran somewhere else. I'm willing to bet that they did not move. But, like, look how easily I pushed that tank out of the way. I'm surprised he didn't ram me for my full HP. Or the remainder HP, actually. Because, once again... Oh, no, that was in the T-67. I had a Leopard ram my T-67 for full health, 360 HP. And now I'm spotted here. I don't know where the other tank destroyer is. This was a bad move on my part, because as soon as I realized that I was still detected, I should have shot the bushes to my right. And unfortunately, that bush is a really good one to hide in, especially if you have high concealment. I should have realized that. Look at this hero. Wait for it. It's the Excelsior. Hold on. Hold on. I checked the map. I'm like, hey, medium, go the fuck over there. Genius, I know. Look at this guy. Look at him. Oh, almost good, and go fuck yourself. Fucking idiot. Kill yourself. Like, I report him. I'm so distraught. That's total bot behavior. You can tell he didn't lag out because he was moving his tank as he was falling, like to the left and to the right. Maybe his turret. But, yeah, that was... It was definitely not one continuous motion. If it was, then there's a chance that he probably lagged out. And I've had that happen before, and it sucks. But it does happen. But I don't think that is the case. So, if it was, I apologize for bitching. But if not, that guy can go fuck himself. Luckily, our medium actually has enough balls to finish off the Stug instead of being still. I don't know why he wasn't aiming all those shots, like being still, but it's fine. The Stug probably could have out-DPM'd him anyway. Another good game in the Wolverine. I've got 2 more to go. I can do this. I can do this. What's the other good game on? It's gonna be Highway, a make it or break it map, as I call it. Because either it works out really well for you, or you try and spot in your light tank, or in your very high concealment tank destroyer in my case, in the middle, for your team to do something with, and then nobody fucking shoots at what you spot. I had a game, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was out in the middle. I'm going to go to the same bush I always go to on this map, and a CS-44, a tier 7, one of the new Polish medium tanks, rushed all the way from, like, down the 8 line, okay? He zippity-doo-dah'd back and forth up the 7 line and down it again, and then I get rushed by the CS-44, and then I get ram-killed, because this thing has no HP whatsoever, and I assume he shot me as well. But maybe he didn't even have to. In my entire team, they were all sniping on the 3 line. I don't know what the fuck they were aiming at. But they weren't aiming at him. And I died because of that. And I barely got, like, what did I get? Like 800 or 900 combined damage. So appalling. So disheartening. But, like, I'm in the same bush I usually am in. I'm surprised that fucking goes in. Thank you, RNG, for making that fly true. And, like, why wouldn't you shoot at these targets? Like, why? It's like going all the way up in J8, where that medium tank is, and spotting there. And having your entire team just sit there and farm everyone trying to spot on the hill. Like, ugh. Every time I have situations like that where I need the team to support me to survive, otherwise I'm going to get YOLO'd by, like, a light tank or a medium or something, I usually always die. 90% of the time. But, like, it's insane how often that happens. It makes me so ugly just to think about, so I guess I'll just move on. So, at this point, I see a lot of their tanks in town, and I also see a lot of our allied tanks in town, and I also noticed that I haven't been detected yet. So I'm going to continue to farm these guys ever so gently when I get, you know, opportunities to shoot into them. Great server lag there. I'm going to go ahead and put a few more free shots into this OI experimental. Once again, I ammo rack him. He fixes it again. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, that sucks for him. Oh, I couldn't imagine playing those Japanese heavy tanks. When I have to eventually 3-mark them, when they're like the only line left, oh, it's going to be so bad. Lots of salt, and lots of premium will be used. I'll tell ya. I'm not using the fucking derp gun to get 2 shots off and die. No thanks. I'm sure I'll have to with the Oho, though. Because those tanks are just, you know, known for high explosive rounds being ADSy. And then I might even put on, what is it, that perk that allows you to switch ammo types instantly. I'll put that on for the super heavy Japanese tanks. I think that would be well worth the investment. I don't think putting on view range would be good for them, except like coated optics and maybe situational awareness, but then to use the camo perks and then be outspotted by everything else aiming at you. But ugh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for that line, but we'll see. Eventually. I definitely don't plan on doing that anytime soon. And by that, I mean, like, this year soon. So, no thanks. That's way in the future. If this game even lasts until then. But, or doesn't change again dramatically. Because, fuck, that's what we need again. Yikes. So, once again, I'm keeping my distance. Paying very close attention to the map. Making sure that no one can spot me when I fire. And I'm just going to work these buildings over a little bit. So I can shoot through them when I have opportunities like that. Like this. Right out in the open, I get spotted because he's closer to me than 350 meters. And that's not great. So, it just... anytime you get detected in this tank, it's like, oh, I could die in like 2 hits. It's the best. Or if you're up against a tier 7 Russian tank, he can one-hit you. It's pretty great. Or a KV-2. Doesn't even have to be a tier 7 tank. Anything with a high caliber gun. Not even firing high explosives. It's just so brittle of a tank. Now, I'm getting very impatient here. I'm like, okay, why isn't the team moved up yet? I want to get more damage, but I also need people to distract these enemies for me. Get a free pen into the tier 6, what is that, Swedish medium? Sure. And, he's gonna go down like a sack of bricks, and there it is. And he was ammo rack, so I felt very secure firing my gun at him as many times as I did. And the Artie tries to one-hit me, because that's what would happen if he actually did direct hit me. I would be dead right now. So that's cool. Thanks, Artie. You fucking Bert. But yeah, I'm going to take this opportunity and try and finish off this guy, the PZ-54? There's an E25. I should be more afraid right now. I load the premium, and I'm like, okay, I probably could have survived that engagement if I loaded up my food right before we started accelerating up the hill. Even with the ammo rack, I would have increased my DPM just to the point where I was able to reload right before he rammed me. But luckily, we didn't have to put that theory to the test because one of my teammates saved my life. So thank you to them. I hit the E25 one final time. I'm still ammo racked, and somebody else finishes him off. So, what did we do this time? A 3,000 plus combined? The best has yet to be seen. This isn't even my best game in this thing. It is for base damage. That's the highest base damage I've ever gotten in this thing. But combined damage is the next game. And what is the next game? Where does that take place? Is it Cliff again? No, it's Arctic region. Oh, this one's fucking hilarious. All this is me sitting in one spot and spotting everything. So funny. If you're in an ELC AMX, anything with better concealment than, like, I don't know, 250 meters concealment on your tank, then just go to E7, park your ass in a bush, and watch the spotting damage rack up. Unless, like, the entire team goes down the one line and then starts turning to the right towards your base at the B line, you're going to rack up so much spotting damage, and it's going to be unbelievable. Unless people blind hit you, which has been known to happen on this map when you start firing. My friend did the same thing a few days ago, and he got blind hit by a tier 7 waffle. I think it's called the Javelin or Stir Waffen Trigger or something like that. But yeah, that shit can happen, so just be aware of that. Not really anything you can do to predict it, just hope, really. And naturally, because this light tank is ahead of me, he's probably going to get a lot of the spotting damage, because he's going to be the one spotting them and not me, not myself. However, we have this fucking hero over here. I'm going to put a free shot into him. 2, maybe? Oh, hell yeah. I'll take 2 free shots into that guy. Maybe 3? No? Okay. I think I got a critical hit on that last shot there. Might have been a full damage shot. No. It was 3 hits. Well, imagine that. And then that guy's getting spotted because our light tank is YOLOing. Because that's a good productive use of your time. God. What, like, good job. You YOLO'd and died. Was that good for you? Because it was good for me. Thanks for the extra pens, dude. But, like, man, don't do what those players do. If you're in a light tank, put yourself in a position where you can spot a few things while remaining undetected, and then run the fuck away. You never want to be in a situation where you're running away while detected, because that shit sucks. One, you can't allow yourself to get any shots, otherwise you risk being shot while being still, and your team won't fucking help you because reasons. And then I get a kill there because reasons. Again, the reason for anything is reasons. The reason anything works is just RNG. Oh, man. Cranberry juice is the shit. Just pop a lot of ice in your cup and put a little bit of cranberry juice in there. Counteract the tautness with the shitload of ice. Which is really just watering the drink down. But hey, it's still fucking delicious. But yeah, I'm doing work in this one spot. I've only got... I was talking so much shit earlier about getting so much spotting damage, and look at how much spotting damage I have. That normally won't happen. The only reason our team, in my opinion, is in the middle is because it's an encounter map, and they're trying to defend it very, very close to the base. I don't think that's necessary, in my opinion, but this guy's on a one hit. I'm going to take him out, maybe getting shot in the process, and... oh, I just about missed that shot, but unfortunately I didn't, so he goes down. Already could hit me here. So I want to build up some speed, but I don't think he would be aiming over here. If he was, then he's kind of dumb. Or just inconvenient for me. That's why I say he's dumb. So they've got a Bogatir coming this way, as well as a Churchill 3. That Churchill 3 is bad news bears, because if he has any sights on me and can see me, he can just put a shot into me every 1.5 seconds, dealing 75 alpha per hit. How many shots is that? 2 shots is 150, 4 shots would be 300, so 5 shots? Wow, that's actually a lot of shots. But yeah, not a lot of time to live. But these guys just keep popping out to try and get on the base. And this is why capping is a bad idea, folks. Because especially during encounters, the bases are in wide open spaces. Anyone can shit on you from any direction, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it unless you have decent armor. And if you don't, then you're just throwing your fucking tank away. And even if you do have decent armor, they can always re-engage from somewhere else. So, yeah, base capping is dumb. Anyone who does it to win every time, you have lost my respect. Like, I get it if you're grinding up a stock tank line and you want the game to be over, but you're always better off getting more damage. Like, unless you're going to lose the game if you don't cap and you have a decent score, just go get fucking more damage. It's never a bad thing to have more damage. I almost have 6,000 win 8, and all I go for is damage. I don't even have the class 5 or whatever medal for getting capture points. Because that's how much I am against capping. But yeah, like I said before this gameplay started, this is my world. And now I have a very respectable 930 spotting damage. And now it's over 1,000. Fantastic. So funny. This tank, man. Anything with like a low alpha gun with high concealment and good mobility. I wouldn't really call this good mobility. It's kind of... Well, it is good mobility, but like the E25 has phenomenal mobility. And the best part about all this is I'm still full health. Like, I can do whatever I want right now, except probably get hit by Artie. But I could hunt down that medium tank, wherever he may be. And there he is. I'm not going to get any more pens into him. One, because it's a one-hit. Grill kills him. Kudos to the grill for looking that way. Now, where is their Artie? Oh, I think I remember what happens here. And judging by the tone of my voice, I don't think it's good. Might be. Where is there Artie? I guess I don't remember. I think I'm recalling a game that wasn't that great. Yeah, I am. It was like an SU-152 hiding all the way in K1 in a corner. Yeah, I don't get any more damage here. Oh no, I lied. I actually steal the fucking kill. Because again, RNG, thank you. Appreciate it. Did I deserve that kill? Probably not. Did I kill steal it? Absolutely. So that is a 3,300 damage combined game in the tier 5 tank. And once again, I got Devastator, Ace Tanker, and a lot of these games are out of order. I think the first game I showed you was the last game before I got the 3-marking game, which wasn't that impressive. So I just decided to show you all the best ones I had while I was trying to 3-mark the vehicle. There's the 3-mark for the Wolverine, and here's the crew I used to achieve this little achievement, I guess. However, you'd want to say that any other way. But moving on, this is the crew that I used, and up next is where I show you the equipment that I used to 3-mark this thing. Coated optics, advanced concealment, and the gun rammer. Very standard for this type of tank. Hit the bell near the subscriber button, because I've been being told by people that they haven't been being notified when I upload a video. So make sure you hit that bell to get those notifications enabled for my channel. And also, the reason I upload so many games at once when it involves a 3-mark is because I'm never going to play that tank again, more than likely, is the case. So, yeah, if you hate this amount of games, don't worry, you won't see the tank again. So, yeah, kudos, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.